YouTube, my name is Mesa Sean, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 news video. Alright folks, sit back because we have a bunch of things to talk about. I have some really important questions, or one major question for you guys to answer in the comment section. But what the heck happened yesterday? Again, we get a hotfix, and then we get a huge outage and another rollback, but Bungie did respond, and we're going to go over what they had to say, but then more importantly, what measures they're putting in place to prevent this from happening again. Alright, so let's get into this video, guys. If you enjoy it, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and if you really want to help the channel out and join the Mesa Army Destiny 2 community over on Discord and our Mesa Army clan, click the link in the description or click join on screen. Alright, let's get into it. Now that the servers are back online, well, now you can play Crimson Days. That's going to be one of my questions in a second here. So if you want to get the vow really quickly, it's simple. You don't even have to play Crimson Days if you don't want to. Just grab some of the bounties that you have from him that are PvE related, okay? There's going to be one for completing a lost sector, completing a nightfall, and getting some melee kills. So what you want to do is grab a fire team, grab someone, grab a friend, and go fire up one of the old school nightfalls. And we have the Inside Terminus this week, we've got the Inverted Spire, or the Hollowed Lair. What I would do is fire up the Hollowed Lair, put no disadvantages on, and from there, as soon as you spawn in, well, there's a lost sector. You can complete that, you and your fire team member. You complete it, you got that one done. Then just get some melee kills either inside the lost sector or while playing the nightfall. And then once you complete the nightfall, you're going to get all three of those bounties done, and you're going to get a bunch of those confectionery hearts, and that will be enough to get the vow. So get that vow right away, and actually, it's a really good bow. I know I normally only use the Wish Ender all the time, but the vow is a really good bow if you do not have it, so try to grind for it. Next up, I have two questions for you, and the second one's going to be really important to me as a content creator. The first one is, well, are you playing Crimson Days? Are you playing Crimson Doubles? For myself, there's really no incentive other than getting the vow, and I already have, or I got it the last time it was around. Other than that, I feel like the sandbox, it needs that update, and if we're ever getting trials back, and we need a big sandbox update. And we know Bungie, each week it looks like, in the This Week at Bungie, is going to give us a little bit more information on what they're doing to the sandbox. So let me know in the comments, are you playing Crimson Days? And if you are, what are you enjoying about it? And if you're not, what are you not enjoying about it? The next question is, would you mind me uploading or streaming The Division 2 while not interrupting any Destiny 2 content? And not unsubscribing from the channel. And the reason why that I say that is because I notice anytime I upload something that's not Destiny 2, I see a drop in subscribers. When I uploaded that video 2 days ago about one of you guys making a dream come true of getting that guitar from Germany to me, I saw a whole bunch of subs left, and I was like, where the heck did you guys go? And then we're back to Destiny 2 today. But I love The Division 2. I loved The Division 1 when I was a much smaller channel. Man, I used to play that game 10 hours a day and made a ton of videos on it. And they did well, and I got a whole bunch of new subscribers from it too. Well, word around the campfire, I am not sponsored by Ubisoft or anything like that. I did some sponsored streams for them when The Division 2 first came out, but not now at all. But a bunch of content creators say this is like The Division 2, The Taken King. In fact, Fractaline tweeted that out, that this next expansion and what they're doing to the game and revamping everything, it is The Division 2, The Taken King. And we can all say The Taken King was probably the best expansion and best thing we ever had come to Destiny 1. So I'll leave it at that. Do you guys want to see some content or streams as long as it does not interfere with any Destiny 2 content? I did put up a poll on the community wall, and looking at it right now, we have a couple of thousand votes, and 68% are saying, yeah, stream or make Division 2 content, and 32% say, no, don't, and I am unsubbing. And again, the reason why I ask about the unsubbing part is I just noticed that from an analytics perspective is when I upload other games besides Destiny 2, I see a drop in subscribers. And I don't want to lose you guys. I'm still going to upload Destiny 2 like it's nobody's business. All right, that's enough of that question. Let's get into Bungie's response about this outage and the rollback. So this morning, I woke up early. Normally I go to bed around 5 a.m., but I was up at 8 a.m. and I did a whole bunch of like the weekly bounties and the daily bounties for get some Fractaline and also the Banshee bounties. But but now because of the rollback, I believe all of that has been undone. So let's read their response, and I'm going to read most of this verbatim, and I'll throw in some opinions here and there, and I will link everything in the description. So Bungie says, earlier today, on the 11th, after the launch of hotfix 2.7.1, we were made aware of the reemergence of an issue which caused a small percentage of players to lose currency and materials. Now, when I logged in today to reset, I didn't notice anything was gone, but you let me know in the comment section if you lost anything. This comes after the first incidence of this issue, which caused all players to lose currency and materials on January 28th with the launch of hotfix 2.7.1 and resulted in player account rollbacks. With today's incident, we have taken similar steps and rolled back accounts to the state they were in as of 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time before launch of 2.7.1.1. Yeah, so all that stuff I did this morning was for nothing. I got to go back and redo all those. They continue with, since both of these incidents are identical and cause an effect on our players, and because both incidents happened within a close window of time, we wanted to give you a picture of what went wrong, how we fixed it, and how we're planning on making sure this doesn't happen again in the future. First, let's look at what caused this problem in the first place. A game bug involving inventory management and a series of server configurations that reintroduced the bug after it was fixed. Next up, they talk about inventory management. Now, this stuff is kind of interesting to see what goes on behind the scenes, so to speak. So in Destiny 2, quests are treated similar to other inventory items, such as currency and materials. All items have a timestamp based on when they were first added to the player's inventory. This timestamp is used to sort quests in order in which they were acquired. The game cleans up every player's inventory upon each login to make sure it's consistent with any changes to content, such as the maximum number of items of a particular type the player can carry. Now, several months ago, players reported the quest log sorting wasn't properly working, and we wanted to fix that. The team investigated and found that the cleanup process was resetting the timestamps on subset of quests, which was breaking chronological sorting. We decided to fix this by disabling the timestamp resetting behavior for quests. That fix was conceptually reasonable, but through subtle side effects, it ended up disabling too much of the cleanup process. The net result was that the game calculated the wrong cap quantity for stacked items, such as currencies, materials, etc., which then caused items above the cap to be lost. We knew this code was critical, and per our typical process, we had 2 domain experts provide code reviews for the change, but sadly, we did not spot the bug. A few days later, our internal test teams caught the issue. However, we incorrectly concluded that it was caused by a tooling failure with debug workflows we use for testing and not an actual bug within the game. Having dodged all our diligence, the issue went live for update 4.7.1. Once the bug was identified in the live game, the next step was to figure out how to fix it, which leads us to the next discussion, game servers and their configuration. The next section is server configurations, but I'm not going to read and go through this whole thing because some of it is over my head and it might be over your head, and if you want to read it, I will link the whole thing in the description. What's more important is this right here, preventative measures and how they can stop this thing from happening again. So the team has identified a number of additional safeguards that should prevent this particular issue from happening in the future. First off, number 1, we have added further safeguards to our process for quote-unquote hot patching our servers to ensure that they cannot start with an unexpected version. This change is in place as we spin up the game today. Number 2, we have fixed the issue that caused a small fraction of the world servers to crash on startup. This fix will be deployed with Season 10. Number 3, the permanent fix for character corruption will be rolled into the next update as an executable change, removing the need for a configuration override. Unfortunately, the 2.7.1.1 hotfix was far too long along to benefit from this. Number 4, looking ahead, we are investigating ways to speed up our rollback and recovery mechanisms. Number 5, in future releases, we will address the issue that can cause servers to skip loading configuration data. 6, we will will also add more protections to the login account cleanup code to help prevent future bugs from being introduced into such critical areas. And number 7, we're updating our development methodologies to catch issues like this earlier in the release pipeline. They continue with today's rollback. All character accounts will now be to the state they were in at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The team is also hard at work at preparing hotfix 2.7.1.2 with a planned release date for February 13th. Also note, this hotfix will include the fix for the infinite Dawnblade issue. If you did not know, there is a glitch right now that you can, in a nutshell, well, use your Dawnblade and have it go on and on and on and never end. So they're going to fix that next week, it looks like. They finish off with, we know today's outage and character rollback has been frustrating for you, especially with the launch of Crimson Days, just as it's been frustrating for us to realize that this is a problem we should have known and have been able to avoid. We're sorry for the frustration and inconvenience this caused, and will continue to work to prevent these kinds of things from happening in the future. Yeah, guys, man, this season, it feels like it's been season of the glitches and season of the bugs, because this has been a pretty buggy season. And if we are getting trials next season, like I keep saying, like a broken record, we need a sandbox update, and we hopefully are getting that on a weekly basis with the This Week at Bungie. But we need a glitch-free or bug-free season, and I hope that they learn their lesson with this season with all of the different bugs. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Leave me a good old hashtag made it to the end if you did make it to the end. If you'd like to further support this channel and support my work, you can become a channel member. Click the link at the top of the description or click join on screen. We've got an amazing Destiny 2 Mesa army over on Discord. It's an amazing community, and I love to check in and chat with you guys every day. And then we also have a number of different perks, and when I stream, you get custom emojis. And then also we've got a clan if you need one for PS4, one for Xbox, and one for PC. That's it, guys. Drop a like in this video, only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually always on YouTube, and that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.